to the Offbeat Podcast, a podcast about music and literally everything else. My name is Rick, and today, to my left, we're switching it up. We got Shannon. Oh.
What up?
Shannon. Oh.
What up, everyone? What up?
I'm sorry, man. It's just like, it's impossible for me not to think about Shannon O and not just O-Face. That must be what the ladies do all the time. Isn't that right?
This guy went there. It's the Grip Show.
Over here on the right, we have the one and only Xander with an X. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
I'm doing fantastic.
Doing well, swell.
We're coming in real hot, you guys. Real hot. We're here. We're doing it live as we always do, except it's not live. It's recorded, but it's live for us. Mm-hmm. And the guy who waxes the floor, who's also, shout out to that guy.
He's consistent.
He's our one and only live studio honest member. He gets a free show every time.
He's consistent. I appreciate it.
Yep. Shout out to that guy. But anyway, yeah, we got a little remix of the background here. I don't know if you guys noticed if you're catching the visual podcast. We got some artwork. Xander?
Yes. So my friend Javier Hernandez, you always got his Instagram name right. I get it wrong.
Soul Cosm.
Thank you.
Yep.
If you guys see here, he does some beautiful art. If you guys are interested, we're going to put his Instagram right in here. You got some stuff for sale. Check him out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Friend of the show, also longtime friend of Mr. Garafa over here. Looking forward to having him on the pod at some point soon here. But we've been wanting to put up some artwork for a while now. Excuse me, and I'm glad we finally were able to collab and get some stuff on the wall. Obviously stuff, from the people, from the community. It's been fantastic. So I'm a big fan. And again, thank you. Big shout out to Soul Cosm on Instagram. Whatever. The link will be in the description because I'm like, wait, is there like an underscore? Like in my mind, I'm going through this. Is there a dot there? Yeah. It'll be linked, like Xander said, in the description. But yeah, man, we're here. Eddie Saturn again is on mission, out there putting it in, as they say.
They say that?
Do they?
It depends what you're talking about.
Who's they?
That's
okay. Let's talk about discussion. Why the term "getting it in" became a term.
Why?
I'm getting it in on these taxes. I'm getting it in at work.
Is that how they use it?
Yeah. Just as I'm doing this. I'm not the only person who's referenced that.
I've heard the term "I'm getting it in." Have I used it? Not sure, especially I'm getting it in on my taxes. I don't know if I used that one before, to be honest with you.
But it's ironic. You're ironically getting it in on your taxes because a real person would never say something like that. But
yeah, you're absolutely right.
I'm a dumbass, so
you're not.
I do what I can for a laugh sometimes, But yeah, damn. So what's today? We're like almost mid-August. Xander's got a birthday coming up. I got a birthday coming up. You're a Leo. I'm a Virgo because I'm almost September. Yep. What's the cutoff, by the way? Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
All right. So that's how into that topic we are.
Exactly.
We don't actually know anything about it, but we just know our horoscopes.
Yep.
I did have Mary look it up recently. I was like, just look up our horoscopes. And it was just like the most generic sounding motivational stuff. Yep. I'm like, all right.
People swear by that. They live their lives based on that and get partners based on that.
Wow.
Let me ask you, girl's an 8, but she's a true believer in the astrology world.
3.
Rick?
Sorry, I know a couple.
3 is harsh, but I might, yeah.
What about, okay, she's an 8, and you are the one that she's looking for as far as astrology. So you guys are, this is working out, but it's because of your astrology sign. Are you still a 3? She's going down, or she's still a 9?
Yeah, because she still lives her life heavily based on that.
Okay.
And it's weird. I mean, I can't say it's weird.
But if everything's going right, you just found out that the reason why it's going right because she's a truly believer and she thinks you are that sign that needs just to connect. Whoa, there's a little bit of drinks.
Oh.
Are you okay saying, yeah, I'm down with this, I'm cool? Or are you saying, I don't know if I can do this anymore?
It's gonna be the latter. I can't do that anymore.
It's all right.
Man, I've never. It's not something that I follow at all. But like you said, Shannon, there's definitely a lot of people who really subscribe to that. The same way that people subscribe to religion or what have you, just different things. In fact, kind of tangentially related, I was watching. I believe the show is called The Unexplained on Netflix, starring William Shatner.
Ah, yes.
We'll chat.
It's interesting. They cover a broad list of things, and one of the things that they covered was like, supernatural stuff. And so like they spent some time, not like the whole episode, but some time on like, different belief systems, right? And just how intrinsic it is to so much of humanity, right? So tying it back together, the horoscopes and it's horoscopes, right? That's what it's called. Astrology.
Astrology.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was like. It's just some sort of belief that we cling to, right? Like we just need some sort of thing to anchor our life to. Humanity at large.
I've seen the horoscope sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty. It's pretty accurate.
But I felt that way sometimes about a fortune cookie, on occasion.
I feel that way sometimes about WebMD, and then they're telling me I'm dying.
Yes.
So I guess they're still generic, but it's
Right,
like,
right.
that applies to me right now.
Maybe I am feeling this way.
What about if you meet an 8, let's go to a 9, and you found out she is a different religion than you follow? You're a Christian and she's, I don't know, Muslim.
I feel like that will bring a lot of conflicts when it comes to building a family, whether there's kids or not. But like, I think there'll be clashes.
What is the main clash when it comes to that?
Just because, like, if there's kids involved, some people want to go a certain route with it, and marriage or relationship, I will say more marriage is more. There's a lot of compromise, and I think when it comes to religion, a lot of people don't compromise their religion.
I agree. Personally, I personally think religion should be very similar to your political stance. It's very personal. Whatever it is to you, that's what you believe in. I don't think that, just me, if I meet somebody and then you're not my religious belief, let's just call it that, I don't think that should be the barrier. But I get what you're saying, because we do make it a barrier. Because, okay, I want to raise my kid with this beliefs, not yours. And I think that part should be based on, let's just be parents and let the kid pick whatever he wants to pick when he's old enough. But that's very hard to do if you, let's say, for example, you're in a Christian household, let's just say that. Yes, that child's gonna grow up with Christian beliefs because you're in a Christian household. But let's just say it's a Christian and Muslim household. Like you said, we have to compromise who's giving up what. Is it gonna be more Christian, more Muslim? So I get that. Or, in my opinion, which I don't think is ever gonna happen, is I'm a Christian, you're a Muslim, these are our kids, let's raise them, and that's it. But I don't think that can, in realistic terms, that will never happen.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen because what people believe in is so ingrained in how they move their life forward.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that'll be tough.
I get it.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
sound
I know
good.
Christians that don't celebrate Christmas because technically it's like a pagan holiday. As a Christian, I celebrate Christmas. If I marry another Christian and she's like, "Oh, we're not celebrating Christmas," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out of here."
I get it. I
That's
think
stupid.
I think my thing that I'm trying to get at is that you can meet somebody with a great vibe and great personality, but when it gets to religion, it becomes that, all right, this is where we leave. Take care, because I'm not Muslim or Buddhist or Christian or whatever it is. Yeah. That's the cutoff. And it was like, to me, it's just like, damn. So whatever I personally believe in, that's what the cutoff is. I don't think that, even though it is, when it comes to religion, should be the cutoff, but it is. But I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, that's what in the world we live in. That.
Yeah, I mean, it's, gosh, there's just too much there
There's a lot to unpack
ignore.
there.
No, of course.
Yeah.
You know, like especially in a close relationship, because even if it was just we're dating, right? If we're dating, then there's like certain pockets of, okay, but I do this by myself, right? But then when you're married and you're like trying to start a family, like, oh my gosh, like the layers of that I think get so complex. I guess I've never thought about it in this way, right? Because when you think about like political party affiliation, right, and where people fall on that, you know, in a marriage, like if you have opposing views, you could be married, but have fundamentally different viewpoints of the world, and that's like baked in conflict.
Yeah.
Like it's just gonna be there all the time. Like how do you deal with that, right? Like you have to compromise, like always in relationships, but that is hard. That's hard.
Tough.
No, and again, in a perfect world, this wouldn't matter. But realistically, it's just like you said, it's very tough. It's something that you're not gonna give in. When it comes to religion, this is just me seeing from personal experience, is that if you're a hardcore Christian or hardcore Muslim, whatever it is, you're not compromising at all. This is my belief system.
Yeah.
And if you come sideways or against that, you are wrong, I'm right. That's what I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, depending on what your religion belief is.
Wow. Well, thanks for joining us on our opening segment here, where we talk about the challenges of relationships and different belief systems. I mean, that's tough. That's always going to be a pretzel in that relationship, no matter what. No matter what. But,
Yes, it is.
you know, hopefully through things like nature, music, and art, we can bridge some of those gaps, right? We can bridge some of those differences that we have as people and kind of come together and appreciate things that are beautiful about life, like this awesome art that we have on our wall, or this cool visual that we have right here. Shout out to XLOUNGE, where you can tune in and listen to vibey vibes, great music and visuals.
Vibes.
Did you like that shimmy, you guys?
I did.
He also closed his eyes too. So vibey vibes.
I did a little shimmy. Again, you guys, if you're not watching, sorry you missed out. But thanks for listening on anchor.fm/the Offbeat. So guys, a couple album drops this summer.
Woo.
So here we are. We're like mid-August. Let's call it mid-August. You know, whenever the summer rolls around, I always try to at least like really enjoy that beachy energy, or like just positive, hey, life is great type of like music. You know what I mean? I know that sounds cliche, but like the summertime is like, summer. And so I love island music. You know, we've had a lot of good drops. So we had that Drake album dropped, Honestly Nevermind, and we had the Chris Brown album, Breezy. And then we had the Beyonce album, Renaissance, Kendrick. Obviously, a bunch of other stuff has dropped. I'm just dropping a couple. We haven't really talked about the Beyonce album, and I spent a little bit of time listening to it. I didn't like study it or anything. Have you guys had the chance to take a peek at some of the songs?
So I have my, a little bit of my personal opinion. That's usually what I usually have, obviously, is Beyonce started off as an R&B singer. I think she made a mistake and she should have been a house singer. She is made to make house music. Now, again, this is probably a new venue for her. I think she has the right voice. I think she has the right audience. She would kill. She's like, I don't want to call her the Black Madonna, but I did.
Wow.
So, and Madonna in that community was like 1 and 1.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And right now, Beyonce is pretty much the same when it comes. So, but if she did house, bro. But again, it's not like she made a mistake. Beyonce is Beyonce for a reason.
Yep.
And she did very well with picking R&B. But this latest work, I personally is like, this girl is a house music artist. Like, she definitely has it when it comes to the voice and the sound. I was like, oh damn, this. And I don't really like Beyonce's music, but this I mess with.
I didn't hear it too. I think I heard it all the way through. I was driving back from Boston with some friends. I was like, put it on. So we were talking in between, so I heard, bits and pieces. There was a song though that she flexed like old school Beyonce with the vocals. I'm like, I like this. I like it. I think Beyonce is one of the top singers of our era. Top 3. She ain't number 3. That might be a hot take.
Wow.
Of our era, she's not number 3. So you're putting Whitney and Mariah Carey.
I'm not putting that. Not our era. This era right now.
Okay, very different.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
that's one gen
yeah,
or
yeah,
two gens,
yeah.
but I would
Not
agree.
our era. This era. So, but some of the songs, like Xander said, I like the house stuff. Especially, I was driving too, so like house music when you're driving,
Perfect.
is elite. I'm like, I like this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad at it. I gotta give it one more go. But I've liked it more so far than her previous couple.
See, I've had a stance on Beyonce. Like, I don't know. At some point, there was a turn where like I like Destiny's Child, and then I like Beyonce's earlier works, and then I don't know. She like tripled down into like what is it, Sasha Fierce? Like that was her alternate.
Yeah.
I was not into that.
Right, but she
started rapping, and I was like, I'm good with this. But go ahead.
But she like really channeled that like persona, right? So like badass woman, and of course like women really got behind that, of course, whatever. So I don't celebrate her works. I'm not like a big fan. I like get her status, like iconic status. Like, okay, you're Beyonce. Everybody knows who you are, right?
Nah, say you don't like it, bro. You know what? Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because this happens a lot nowadays. It's not hate. It's okay to say, yo, I don't like this. And it's not, yo, I hate your work. No, I like a lot of shit you do. This, I don't like.
That's accurate.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not to say that you're hating, because people always come to, oh, you're hating. You know what you're talking about. I was
Right.
like, yo, it's nothing coming at you. It's just what you just made right now. I don't like. Like, for example,
Not your cup of tea.
the Drake stands are now like, yo, what is this stuff that just came out? I was like, you don't like it? That's fine. It's okay not to like something and moving on. But
Yeah.
it's not hate. It's not anything. But back
I
to
have
you.
a question real
That's a
quick
great
before we
point.
move on here.
Yeah.
What's exactly a stan?
A stan,
Okay, can I answer that?
please.
A stan to me is somebody that, let's say for an artist like J. Cole, that person knows where he was born, his date of birth, his first album, his mixtape, what he did. He knows that guy's life, upbringing, like how he got into the music until now. Like J. Cole's gonna be in here, I'm going there.
So a stan is overzealous fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you say something bad about that person, we're gonna have an argument.
So like the Beehive are a bunch of stans. Beyonce's fan club. They're called the Beehive.
I guess, yes. Yes, because
They
if you
go
see something
hard.
negative,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
Yeah.
So it's one of those fans like,
They'll probably respond to what you're saying in the comments. The Beehive.
I sure hope they do.
yeah.
Engagement, baby.
Let me troll you guys. Yeah, so anyway, full circle, current album. I do like the vibes and what it reminded me of. You said Madonna, and I definitely can like, yes, that makes sense. I was
A lot of
thinking,
folks are gonna hate that, but go ahead.
I call like a real labouche. Like she checks this. What? Unexpected.
That's next door.
One more time. So she checks this this box set felt. Gosh, what was the name of the song? Actually, I think I wrote it down.
It's a labouche.
Yeah,
that
she
means.
just
Learning stuff today.
it just there's something about, and I hate that I'm so nostalgic, right? Because I'm like I know they're pandering to us, but there's certain instrumentations that they use that are like, this feels like the old school stuff, right? Certain instruments are just like kind of, oh, that's from this era. And so when I hear it, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so hearing her sing in a certain type of way just reminded me of that like classic, because LaBouche had a lot of hits, man. They had some bangers. And they got the people dancing, lasers and shit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Lasers.
Yes.
You guys ever go to the Hippodrome in Springfield?
I have.
So
Back when it
let's,
was popping?
let's break down a little bit what Hippodrome is. The people that don't know.
Okay,
Do you-
please.
okay. So Hippodrome, think about wherever you live, and there's that place, that club in your city. That is the Hippodrome here in Springfield, Mass. So
Or was. No longer
Correct.
open.
A lot of things happened there. A lot of people got beat up, robbed.
Shot.
Everything happened. So that was the place, like for example, what the tunnel was to New York, the Hippodrome was to Springfield. If you're from New York, obviously you'll get it. But I'm not sure if you guys know the Tunnel. Tunnel in New York was a very popular club, but very hood club.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyways, we were talking about
Going back.
yes.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about the hippodrome and the lasers and whatnot, and people doing ecstasy and doing all kinds of fun stuff. But your sidebar was about stands, and then going back to stands, we were talking about Beyonce.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, that's what I'm here for, guys.
I need that.
So, LaBouche, that was a vibe. Beyonce, I feel like, is checking a lot of boxes. But here's one thing I wanted to bring up that's related to a lot of the more recent releases, not necessarily just this year, but some recent stuff. There was a song, and I'm sure you've heard it. It's called Church Girl on the album. It's getting plays, and it was like, you could tell when certain songs are made literally for the gram or like the meme ability of it, right? Like, was it Tootsie Slide when Drake dropped that one? You know what I mean? Like obvious bait for you to use this in something. Like, how do you feel about that? Is it pandering?
No, it's just the name of the game right now.
Okay.
They get paid off of those however many times people play it on TikTok or Instagram. They get paid on it. So can it be pandering? Yes, but they're getting paid for it. So it's like I would do it too.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The people that got crazy over this song are actual church girls.
Again, pandering.
Yeah. The fact that she used that song to be the one, it could be a little gotcha.
A little on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your take on a secular artist doing Christian music or a Christian song?
You mean like Kanye?
Sure.
For instance,
Kanye, Beyonce, anyone.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it at all. I'm like anti-elite as much as possible. So for me, it's like, what gives you the right to reserve these songs for yourself? Why can't I sing them? They're not reserved. You know what I mean? So I back like years ago, my take on that would have been much different than it is now. But like I think over time you come to realize like it's such a dumb thing to get hung up on. Because some people are gifted, man. Some people could sing, you know, and not everybody could put the right emphasis on every song.
So now this is the reason why I asked that. It's because here comes Beyonce. Or Beyonce and Kanye do a duet, right? It's a Christian song.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's gonna sell everywhere. It's probably gonna be all over.
Oh
the place.
yes.
But let's say Christian singer do a duet. Might get some plays, and they could probably be sing gang. But when it comes to the popularity, obviously the gap with Beyonce and Kanye's there.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is this. Here's our space, and we have our audience. But if somebody from the secular music comes in and does any song, it'll probably be number one in gospel.
Yeah, like Kanye's album was number one.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Gospel.
but you could be like Rene Gonzalez in the Latino community. If you know Rene Gonzalez in the Latino music community, he is the Kanye of Latino. So
Shout out to Rene Gonzalez.
yes, like
goat.
he's
He's the
still
goat.
he's
The goat.
still singing. He's been like
Killing it too.
right.
Wow.
But if Kanye makes a song right now,
It'll go
nobody
further.
would know Rene Gonzalez, and that's what I'm saying is like, I'm not trying to start any beef or anything with Christian music and secular. I'm just saying that the power of the secular music and the artist is so powerful that can go to the gospel music and still be number one.
Dude, Justin Bieber is a perfect example. He's like the most analogous to Kanye because like Justin is like mega superstar, right? And dude came from church, like he did all this stuff, and then like not even that long ago, he was with Church Home, and he did like this whole thing in LA. He did the same, like did a bunch of worship music, like. And I was moved by it. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is really cool. So I feel like what I have observed in my lifetime, and I feel privileged, is that we've observed like, you know, kind of the the broader reach of quote unquote Christianity, or like the message of Jesus or hope or whatever, reaching out a little bit further and kind of breaking through the traditional barriers that have been there, especially with like the concept of secular music and Christian music. I get why you have to make a distinction, but also whatever, right? Like music is music, and people make all kinds of stuff. Like there's so many folk songs that are not Christian songs, but they're uplifting, right? They make you feel like, you know, warm and fuzzies, right? You know, just different stuff. So I don't know, man, that is an interesting thing to think about. Like I haven't thought about Rene Gonzalez in a long time. Thank you.
Just go. That boy can ball too. He plays ball.
Really?
He's nice.
That's
Justin Bieber?
fun
No,
fact.
Rene Gonzalez.
Oh. I was like, whoa.
Ew. Amazing.
No, so so I'm okay with secular artists making music. The Kanye album wasn't bad. I would say the Kanye album was better than a lot of the Christian rap
Yes.
that
So
regularly comes out.
yes.
There's only a small handful of Christian rappers that I enjoy. I have to use my words properly.
Let's be realistic. And this is not a hit. This is no hate. Just being realistic. If you're not Christian, you're not listening to Christian rap. That's just.
Oh yeah.
Somebody might come to you
Yeah.
and say, "Yo, check this out. It's Christian
Right,
rap." You
right.
might check it out.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna listen to rap, and if I'm not Christian, I'm not listening. It could be the best message in the world. It could be the best lyrics in the world.
Yeah.
Christian, I get what the point of the Christian rap. You're trying to reach out those that do like rap with Christian background message to it.
Yep. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, go ahead. Please cut me off.
I think the stigma, I think that happens because of the Christian rapper part of it. Lecrae was under fire a couple years ago because he was saying, I'm not a Christian rapper. I'm a rapper that's Christian. Whatever. I understand what he's saying. The same way I'm not a Christian photographer. Like, that's weird.
Right.
I'm just a Christian that's a photographer. There's a rapper, I don't know if you heard of him, who's nice. Toby Nwigwe.
Yes. I'm glad you got there because I was gonna get there, but go ahead, keep going.
That boy's nice with the lyrics.
Why is he nice though? Go ahead.
He's a Christian man. I like his flow. It's different. It's like he has a song that says, what is it? Try Jesus, don't try me, because I got hands. Like, hilarious.
That's great.
He has a guy singing it, but he's a Christian guy,
Yeah.
and all his songs are positive. They're vibey.
Yep.
He's not talking anything crazy, but he doesn't have the stigma or the label as a Christian rapper, and he's killing it right now.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You got something going.
I just, it bothers me. There's just so much old cobwebby garbage that's still lingering on society when it comes to this.
Cobwebby, love it.
Yeah, just,
Break that down.
okay, like old concepts that people don't want to let go of. And so if you're an artist, okay, full stop, artist, period. Let's get rid of the other labels. You're just an artist. And you have art that you want to create. For whatever reason you want to create that art. Just do it. Oh, well, this skews more Christian. Oh, well, this skews more secular. Whatever stupid labels you want to apply. Like, the point I'm trying to make is, like, we humans, we, society, are pigeonholing the artists. We are, like, projecting our viewpoints onto them, right? Versus just letting them do their art. And I get that artists in society have this ebb and flow. But, like, if my man's nice, then he's nice. It doesn't matter. He's just an artist expressing his art.
That's what Lecrae was saying. Because he was on, like, the church folk were like, oh, how dare you.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand what he's saying. Like, you don't have to, not everything is so super deep. Like, that makes total sense.
Right.
Especially if that's your form of income, when it comes to, if you're going to get more reach as a rapper versus as a Christian rapper.
Right.
I mean, that's a non-essential.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I'm turning back to, because this is where I have the issue with the whole term culture vulture, which I still have. I want to get a clear understanding. The reason why is because the way I see it, what a culture vulture is, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're in one lane and you're doing your thing, and you see a lane doing something that, whoa, they're moving kind of fast. Let me see what this lane is about so I can move along with them. That's what I think culture vulture, no matter if it's Christian, not, whatever it is. So when I see non-Christian artists get into the Christian world and hit number one, I'm not gonna say I have a problem with that. I don't want to say that.
A lot of people do, though. I understand what you're saying. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Hold on, because that's what I'm gonna get at. Is that, and the reason why I feel that the Christian community is very hard on, you have to say you're a Christian rapper or a Christian artist, is because of that. It's because they want their community to be, because like you said, if you don't do something that's deep and very Christian centered, and it's for the secular world, this is not Christian music. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to Christian music, when people will be like, yo, this is Christian music, it's very evident that it is Christian music. It's not like tittering as, is this Christian? Remember when, what's that rock group?
POD.
POD came out,
about him.
and I was like, oh, is this?
They're dope.
Skillet.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're good. But I remember people were asking, are they Christian or are they not? Who cares? Do you like the music? And that's what I'm trying to get at, is that when it comes to the Christian, I'm getting specific to the Christian music because I grew up and I
Yes.
kind of get, it's that was always, who is doing the culture vulture here? Because again, if a Kanye or Beyonce does this, you don't need to do this, but they'll be number one. So I don't necessarily have a problem, but I can understand if you're a Christian singer, rapper, whatever it is, and I've been busting your ass trying to get this music out there and the positive, but there's people do something that doesn't really mention God, but it's kind of Christian-like, and it pops off, and everyone's like, oh, so I can just do music that is not necessarily God this, God that, and boom, boom, boom. So I don't know.
The perfect example for that for me growing up was Vico C.
Wow.
Vico C, like growing up in church, I like rap music. I like rap music. I like gospel. I like a variety of music. But to me, like rap music, it was cool. It was dope. And like growing up in a Christian household, it had to be stuff that was Christian, godlike.
Yep.
Which I understand from like a parent's, bringing their kid in the gospel point of view. But at the same time, like Christian rap, especially back then, was whack. Like I remember there was a group, I'm gonna say them. It was called J Squad. You remember them?
Unfortunately. I mean, sorry. Yes, I do.
It just wasn't my cup of tea. There were two Spanish guys rapping, whatever. Whatever. They came to the church, hype, but I was like, But Vico C came along. Miren, why you aquel que vi, like, he's not talking about God, but it's straight. He's just telling stories.
Yep.
I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. My mom was like, okay, let's do that, whatever. But back then, Vico C had like he'd be Christian for like 6 months, and then he'll like relapse and like disappear, and it was always like a back and forth. But the music wasn't bad. He wasn't talking anything crazy, so it was always okay. At least in my house.
You're gonna say something?
I'm gonna flip this table over, dude.
Go.
Oh man, Shannon, you know what makes me sad, dude? Real talk is like and I don't know how, there's still plenty of this around, but we've gotten better. Is like the hypocrisy of like, okay, if Vico C is a guy who's doing Christian music for a period of time in his life, Bobby Cruz y Richie Ray, they did the same thing. They were Christian for a bit, and they released a whole like Christian songs, so to speak, and then they whatever. It's like if the message is positive, and I kind of hit some of these points when we were talking about the Kanye Donda album. It's like if the message you're outputting is a net positive for society, and you're spreading actual hope in a way that really actually reaches people.
I agree. It's the way I look at it, especially if it's a positive message, like that's good stuff.
Yep.
It's no different than you watching a movie. You're not gonna sit here like I'm not gonna get into it. You're not gonna sit here.
Yes, you are.
Nah. You're not gonna sit like and watch Freddy Krueger. First time pops in my head. Straight murder film or scary movie, whatever it is, and then get mad about listening to whatever positive artist. Like, unless you're sitting there watching Christian movies, sitting down watching Left Behind.
Exclusively watch.
Yeah, so like it's the same thing. So like the hypocrisy behind it is crazy, which that's kind of my gripe. I think the Christian community is so divided that it's annoying. A couple years ago, I got invited to go sing somewhere, and last minute they ended up canceling because I had a beard.
What?
I'm like, okay, whatever. So it's like, there's so many, like, in the Christian community, there's so many non-essential things that are deal breakers that is wild. Like the fact that someone can be singing positive music, but they struggle with their walk in Christ or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can't listen to them. Like I've known people that when Kanye came out with his album, they were like upset.
Right.
They're like, oh, this is a ploy to get them to listen to whatever. The reality is, they're probably already listening to Kanye's other album. Like, honestly. Like, whether it be listening on their own or on social media, in school. Yep. And Kanye, out of all these rappers out there, I think Kanye is the least controversial with his music. You have rappers that are Future be talking crazy in his songs, and they're probably listening to that too. So it's like, why are you mad at Kanye, man? He's trying to do something good. Let's say he did make a turn for the better or whatever, and wanted to, be in church, and like it's a legit move. Are you gonna ostracize him because he made that move because of his past? Like, what type of example are you setting?
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy. So it changes because of the platform that he's on. So I'm like, that's wild to me.
I just want to quote Kanye real quick.
Please.
What have you been hearing from the Christians? They'll be the first ones to judge me. Make it seem like nobody loved me. I'm not trying to lead you to visas, but if I can try to lead you to Jesus, I could keep going. But the point is, I mean, he said it. That was, by the way, Hands On, which features Fred Hammond, which is amazing.
Okay. Thank you for all of this, because I'm trying to get back to the original topic, which is, can relationships get together with different religions, backgrounds?
I like it.
Now with music, it seems that when it comes to the secular side, yes, that could work in the Christian side. So far from what I'm hearing is that if you want to do it, because it has a good message. So, and maybe I'm pushing the envelope here, but if I have a good outlook in life and I'm a good guy as far as I have my morals straight, my mom and dad taught me everything, but I happen to be a Christian guy, and I go to work or I go somewhere and I meet this girl who is not Christian, but she seems to be the girl that is really like, oh, I kind of like her, but if that girl's not Christian, that has to stop. When it comes to the Christian,
she's a bad influence.
Right.
You're gonna sin.
So my point is, how come can Kanye do the Christian thing, but this guy over here who is not Christian cannot mingle with the Christian?
Kanye did the Christian thing. He didn't ask permission.
But that's what I'm saying, is that whatever you think happens afterwards or what we should be doing should not be an issue. It's just, what is my message? What do I have to bring on the table to make this work? And if that's working for us, what else does it matter? And that's the point that I'm trying to get at. And maybe it took from music all the way back to relationship, is that when do we start looking at people for who they are rather than for who they want to be? Like, all right, yo, I'm this person. But if I'm Christian, Muslim, I was like, oh, wait, whoa, never mind. I was like, but you like the person that I was. But if I say I'm this, and this is what I follow as a personal belief or whatever, that's where it stops. I have an issue with that.
I mean, I don't. That's not limited to just religion, though. It could be anything. It could be.
No, but I know. But I'm speaking in this. The reason why I'm speaking about religion is because I've experienced it and I've seen it a lot.
Gotcha.
Where you can have, if you're this, oh, that's it. Like, that's it.
Deal breaker.
Like, it doesn't matter who you are, that's it if you were a belief in whatever religion it is. You've seen it too. What you can be that guy's, what happened? Because he's, oh, damn. Okay, I guess I get it. I don't. I'm like, what?
I mean,
so
the times that I've seen that it doesn't work is because it got to a point where it clashed.
Yes, the religion part clashed.
Well, yeah, because...
And I get it. And that's the part that you're making it this is the part that's very important first. So to me, what I'm saying is, what I want to make important is me, the person that I am. My religion, is it important to you? Of course it should be, but it shouldn't be a deal breaker if the person that I am is somebody that you are looking for. Because what I'm saying is, I've seen a lot of Christian people, oh, he's Christian, let me follow, and then you bring, oh, he used to beat me up, he cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. But here's this person that maybe you could have been with, and now he's with somebody else, flourish in marriage, flourish in a sexual life. They're not necessarily in the church, but they're flourishing.
Yeah.
You've seen it a lot.
I've seen it, but I understand both sides of it.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I understand.
I'm really enjoying this.
I understand, but he's feeling it.
Yeah, this is good.
Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying. The reality is that not all Christian people are good.
Facts.
When you look at the KKK, they're Christian people.
Right.
So
seriously. The Crusaders.
Yeah.
Let's just kill everybody. Christian.
So I think it's heavily weighted. I'm trying to find the words here. Because I understand what you're saying. Because you can date a Christian person and that person be a butthole. Just abusive, check every box, whatever. And on the other side, you can find a person that's not Christian and is an angel. Which you can date them. Do you? But I still think that at a point in time, something's going to come up that's just going to be a deal breaker.
Okay, again, yes.
And I understand what you're saying. But
Because-
I don't think a lot of people can separate themselves with their religion. I think it's a 1-in-1.
Yeah.
Because the way I look at it, look at it however, like I don't necessarily consider myself a religious person. I just have a relationship with Jesus, which people can say that's just church jargon, whatever you say.
I feel you.
Meaning that I carry myself a certain way because of the beliefs I have, and my goal is to be a resemblance of Jesus on earth.
Okay, stop right there before I cut you off. That's what I'm saying. That is your goal. That is your belief. That is whatever people think, no, this is mine. So if that is yours, why is it that when you meet somebody who is the correct, again, I'm just using a hypothetical, it's a right person, but when it comes to that part and that person is not aligned to it's like, well, I can't do it anymore. That's not fair.
To who?
To either one, because like you said, this is my personal belief, this is what I believe. And then you just said, even if Christians don't feel like what I'm saying, it makes sense to them, it makes sense to me. Right now, you're even separating yourself from Christian within the Christian belief system, which is... it goes back to what I'm trying to say is that this shouldn't matter at all. It's just your personal belief. Even if you don't, it's like, and again, this is where the Christian belief system and somebody who's not Christian will never see the eye to eye because everything we're talking right now.
Yeah. So, but even in the whole, if you find the perfect person, technically, if there's a couple things that you don't like about that person, that's not the perfect person.
Wait.
So if you say you find, quote unquote, the perfect woman, right? Let's say she hits a lot of boxes in your whatever check list you have.
Yeah.
If she's missing 2 or 3, that's not the perfect person. It's a highly compatible person.
Okay.
We're splitting hairs here.
No, yeah. Hold on. I get what you're saying.
So in my mind, for me, if there's a couple things that I look for and she's not hitting that, it's not a perfect person.
Yes. Okay. What you just said is kind of what I'm saying too. What I'm saying is this person that you meet, I'm here right now. Somebody comes in, hey, Xander, this is whoever it is. We talk for like 2 hours. I'm like, holy shit. Then we go out. Oh, a month later, she goes, by the way, I'm Muslim, just to let you know. Even though that will never happen, she'd probably tell me no. But I'm just trying to be hypothetical. She let me know a month in. I'm like, I really like this girl. I really like what she's about, but I'm not Muslim. And I like her. I'm going to try my best still to get with her. That, to me, it's not a barrier. I'm like, you're Muslim? Ah, damn.
I see what you're saying.
It's like, I really liked who you are, what you believe in, as far as a person, not religious belief. Just you as a person, like, damn, I'm digging that. But then when I find out I'm Muslim, am I going to go, back in the way?
I get what you're saying. So, in this situation, you still continue. You still dabble in it. In your mind, you don't see anything in the future that can clash between you, whether you don't agree with something that she does within religion, or let's say she doesn't eat pork and you eat pernil and she's upset with you because you eat pernil, but she still continued to move on with you. That could still be a deal breaker. So you don't think about that early on and be like, you know what, that could be a deal breaker. I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay, can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Because
again, when it comes, what I'm coming from is somebody who is gonna meet somebody who's gonna see that person's religion as I don't want to say secondary, but as something that is not the forefront.
Yeah.
So if I eat pork and she doesn't, the person that I'm with, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, he eats pork. I don't. That's it. It's not, he eats pork, I cannot live with this guy anymore.
I feel like we're dealing with levels of devoutness.
Yeah. Well, I agree, but I think this applies to it's not limited to religion.
You're
right.
Devoutness.
You're right. Yeah.
Let's say I start dating a girl that's really into fitness. I'm a large guy.
Right.
I'm a large guy. Mm-hmm. Let's say I'm pretty smart, so I can, if I know this girl's really into fitness, I could probably see that if she says let's go to the gym, I'm like, I don't feel like it. In her mind, she's gonna be like, this fat nigga. That can be
Boom.
That could be friction, and that's not even. She's a devout gym person, so it's not. I don't think, for me, I don't think it's necessarily I'm stopping it because that's that. I'm stopping it because I know this is going to be an issue. Like I know it's going to be an issue.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, this is great. I mean, I could jump in, but please.
And I'll give you a real life example, not religion based, but I kind of was playing chess with the situation. Mm-hmm. I was talking to a girl. She has kids.
I'm sorry.
What?
Just the cavalier way that you said I was playing chess.
I was playing, and
I like that.
I was playing chess because I was thinking a couple moves ahead.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't want to waste my time.
Of course not.
So I was talking to this girl, whatever. She has kids. Already, I'm not a fan of. I'm not against it, but I can see the issues of dealing with the baby daddy. Like, I think about that.
Flag.
It's a flag. In this case, I was like, let me, you know what? Let me run the flag. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Within talking, I saw more things that validated the red flag that I skipped. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to continue. So so what's the difference between the red flag of the baby daddy, red flag of fitness, red flag? They're all red flags, because in this case they're all devout situations. Like, most likely a person that's a Muslim Christian, they're not gonna like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be whatever now. That's not the typical, like, they're not gonna just switch up. A baby mom's not gonna get rid of her kids or a baby dad. So where do you draw the line? Like, where do you not waste your time? Where do you be like, you know what, whatever, forget all this stuff that could potentially be issues. So it's kind of like a, how do you
compromise?
How do you compromise?
Damn.
How do you figure that out? In my case, I'm not willing to compromise me having to deal with crappy baby daddies.
Okay. That's the point that I was going to get, the compromise part. It's that, when do we draw the line to compromise for that other person? What exactly is it that the other person's bringing that is saying, you know what, I'm going to try this? Like, for example, you just said right now, you said, I see the red flags, but let me try it anyways. What exactly did you see in that person that made you, is it something personally? Was it physically? Was it something that, what was it?
What was it
that made you say, forget this red flags, I'm going to still go for it and see what happens?
She was nice, she was pretty, she had good morals, she had a lot of good stuff. But the other stuff was just weighing too much.
Yeah.
And I understand that. So this is where I'm trying to go back around, is that not everybody's the same, as we all know. And we might find somebody that, like you said, it's like, damn, this is the right person. And then you'd be like, damn, I should listen to myself, my gut feeling, because look what it now. Well, what about if you meet somebody else that's similar? Are you already saying, nah, I already went through this, never mind?
It's not a cut and paste. It's all a, you know, you take it case by case. But there's still, like, for what you're saying, religion is not a big standpoint for you. It's a for me, I would consider it as a non-negotiable because of the way that I raise my kids, the way that I live.
I understand.
So for every person, their non-negotiable is different, whatever it is. So I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So if I meet another girl with kids, I'm not gonna write her off. I have to see what that situation looks like. If it's a situation that I feel that I can be productive in with her, then that's fine. For the other person, it was a situation that I knew it just wasn't going to work because of the type of person that I am, the type of person that she is, the type of person that he is, and the way they communicate back and forth.
Right. So, and then you're going back to my point, is that you're looking at the person. You never mentioned the religion at all. At any point in time, you never said, I got to look at how Christian she is. Does she really read the Bible, or should she pray? Does she follow this morals? No, you looked at her for what she showed you as a person.
Oh, that still came up though.
The what?
Her like what her beliefs are.
No, I'm not saying it didn't, but what made the choice for you was not that.
It was one of them.
How important was that choice?
If she, when we were early on, if she would have said that she was atheist or something, I probably wouldn't have.
If there was no baby daddy issues, would you still be with her?
Probably not.
Because
there was a lot of flags.
There's a lot of flags.
I think
also, I'm a very understanding person. I know how to compromise. I know how to whatever. A lot of people aren't like that. Mm-hmm. So let's say I were to date an atheist person. I go to church every Sunday. I usually sing. I'm usually there a long time because I'm part of 2 services. Someone that's not in that lifestyle, over a course of time, will be like, why are you always at church? Like, I'm trying to go to the beach on Sunday. Why can't you go? Over time, it'll wear. And I'm like, And that's just out of experience. From my experience, from others' experiences, it just clashes.
I get it. I get it. I get what
And
you're saying.
I guess there's no right way to go about it. I just think for each person, their non-negotiables are different, and whether you feel to move on with that is like whatever. Do you like whatever makes sense for you? I'm sure you have something that if it comes up early, you'll be like, I'm all set.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That my point is that when do you take that to, okay, that's it. I can't do this anymore. That's my whole point. Is,
Yeah.
And I'm just bringing up religion because we all were brought up in it.
Yep.
I've seen it personally. I was part of it. So I get this where I brought it up. And it comes to the point where you as a person takes a back seat. Are you a Christian first? Are you a Muslim? Are you this? Are you Jewish? You have to have that first. Then you can come in and see, oh, maybe let me get to know you now, blah, blah, blah. So it's never about who you are as a person. You could be the greatest guy. If you're not my religion belief, then not at all. And this is where I come back to, it could be also the culture. Black guy, white girl. Nowadays, that's no problem. But back in the day, that used to be an issue. Whoa, black, what are you doing with the black? But now it's whatever. Why is it that we can be like, oh, she's an atheist, oh, he's with a Christian? Just me, it's because it's us. It's nothing else. It's just us putting a fucking barrier. That's just me. And I get it because, oh, my belief, and I grew up. Bro, is this person making you happy? What else does it matter?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the problem to me. Is like, yo, this person makes me happy, but he's not Christian. Yo, this person makes me happy, but he doesn't sing on, he doesn't pray on. Yo, this person makes me happy. It never gets to be the primary thing.
I see what you're saying.
That's what it's like. Are you happy? Yes? No? Oh, I don't know because he's not. Are you happy? It's never the primary thing. It's always, oh, but he's not this. Oh, but he's that. Oh, but he's not this. Oh, he has money. Oh, he doesn't have. It's always a fucking something barrier in the middle to get to that, who that person is. And then when you're 10, 12 years apart, you can be Christian, not Christian, you figure out, damn, this motherfucker is an asshole. He should have done me 7 times. I'm just dealing because I have kids. And it's like, but you had somebody that you said nah to because he wasn't Christian. You picked a Christian dude, and now you're saying, oh, damn, now I'm fucked. Now I have 3 kids, I'm 48. What am I going to do now?
You get to just sit back with the popcorn and just slowly eat it, I guess.
I went a little hard on this.
That's
but
fine.
I needed to.
It's okay.
Get that out of your chest, man.
Okay.
I did. I sure did.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you guys so much for staying with us as we took a deep dive into the cacophony that is relationships in the modern era.
Cacophony. I love that word.
Thank you.
I like it.
Guys, I'm not wrong. Relationships in this day and age, with all of the complexities that our society is facing today, coupled with the internet being in everybody's pocket and you have constant connection to people, like, it's crazy. But we've run a little bit long on this one. So guys, thank you once again for all the support. Appreciate you guys listening, staying tuned. Got any comments for Xander or for Shannon or myself? Please feel free to drop them in the comments there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And lastly but not least, big shout out to Soul Cosm for the wonderful art that we have up on the walls here. And of course, 413 Zone, Full Frame Media in the house as always. Thank you, Shannon. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace.